Have you wanted to start a virtual assistant business, but you don't know how to price your services? This video is for you. I have been a virtual assistant since the beginning of 2021, and I have tips and strategies that I'm going to share to help you price your services. I plan to make another video about hourly rates versus packages, but for this one, we're going to talk about packages and how to set them up. The first thing that we want to do is establish how much you would like to make an hour. Now, this should be based off of your experience, the skills that you have, but also how much you need to make in order for it to be sustainable. On average in Canada and the US, I have found that rates tend to be around $20 to $40, depending on how much experience you have. If you have specialized skills, things like bookkeeping, SEO, graphic design, you can always increase your prices. I'm also going to share with you when I had about 3 or 4 years of experience and I was just deciding to go out on my own. So these were prices that I made based on how much it would take for me to leave my current job in order to be a virtual assistant full time. That meant how much I need to make in order to sustain my lifestyle. If this is new for you and it's going to be a side hustle for a little bit, the way that it was for me, I recommend starting out at least $25 an hour. 20 is just a little bit too low to sustain and have it be a profitable side hustle and then eventually make it into a full-time job. So starting off at around $25 an hour, you could even start off at $30 an hour, although if you don't have a lot of experience with it, it's hard to justify that rate for a lot of people. So make sure that you have the time. I would recommend doing your packages by monthly packages, but you can lay them out in weeks or by month, or even break it down to how many hours or minutes you get a day for that client. I personally like packages more because I have my clients on retainer. I know how much I'm going to make and they know how much they're going to pay every single month. When it comes to packages and time, you need to make sure that you are time blocking as well to get certain things done. In my case, I'm a healthcare virtual assistant, so I have check-ins at certain times every day to check in on my practitioners' practices in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. They know that I'm going to be available at those times for them, and it's a lot easier. We have that transparent communication. They know exactly when they are going to have me available for the practice. When setting rates and packages, you need to have realistic income goals. You are not going to be a part-time virtual assistant that is making $10,000 a month in your first couple of months. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. This is an example of what I would share. This is a past one that I've shared. It doesn't have my current pricing on it, but it has just a brief introduction about what my background is. So I have a Bachelor of Commerce degree, I have my own business. And so we have the different packages here. So this is the first package. So it has administrative support, email management, EMR management, which is healthcare related, social media scheduling. So that's not creation, that's just scheduling. SOP creation, that's just going to be a one-time thing. That's a standard operations of procedure. Meetings as needed. You get 45 minutes a day, and that's for $450 a month. Same thing here, 1 hour a day, $600 a month, or 1.5 hours a day, $900. Now, these are, again, outdated prices. I wouldn't do that, but this is a good beginner start. And it also outlines if they end up needing more time, they're not locked in, if they need any additional support from me for an additional $30 an hour. So that's included on this little portfolio here. It has my working hours, how many clients I've had in the past, and just some contact information at the back. So this is just an offering that I would recommend having 3 packages. Anything more can be overwhelming, but this is just a good layout on how to start. With this little portfolio here, you could have like an extra page where you share some testimonials from your past clients and have like a little picture of them, their name. So that shows that you are more reputable if you have that experience. If you are just starting out, you can share some past experience. If you want to be a social media manager, then you can like share what you would do for an Instagram feed. I just think that this is an easy way to have it ready so that you can always share it with new potential clients. Saving it as a PDF is also extremely important because you don't want anybody to have the ability to edit anything that you share with them. PDF means that they can't edit it. And so they're not going to be altering anything or saying that you quoted them this when you didn't. So I think this is just a really nice, easy layout. So for the actual pricing, we need to calculate how many hours we will work and at the rates. So if we're doing about 5 hours a week for a client, which is about an hour a day, and that's 20 hours a month. So if we're just starting out, we're doing $25 an hour for 20 hours a month. We're doing $500 for the first package. If we're doing an hour and a half a day, and that's times 4 weeks, times 5 days. So we're looking at 30 hours a month, and that is $25 an hour. This is where you can add an extra little bit, especially if we're talking about adding taxes as well. In Canada, where I'm from, you don't have to start charging taxes, and you're not allowed to start charging taxes until you make $30,000 in 4 consecutive quarters. So you can't be charging taxes before that. And then you could have a higher offering one that is at $1,000 or $1,100. So that is sort of the increments for a beginner of what I would start charging. Again, you could do this hourly if you need to, and the client isn't sure on how many hours they're going to need, but those should be the baseline minimum of what you are charging per client. That is everything that I'm going to be sharing about packaging. I'm going to have a free downloadable in the bio for you to be able to make your own profile and pricing sheet to give out for clients, and it's just going to include everything that I would put in it, and it's just going to be free for you to create and edit it the way that you want to and download it. I just want to make it as easy as possible to get started. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to comment that down below, but make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll be sharing more later.